Hello everyone. I look crazy, right? I don't feel crazy though. I feel absolutely good. The reason why I decided to do this particular video is that I just came from my 10-kilometer walk. I walk 10 kilometers every day. And let me stop it right there. So that's it. I've done my 10 kilometers. Stop this one also right here. That's it. 10 kilometers every day, I can tell you, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing at all. But so also is nation building. It's not an easy thing. Losing weight, for anyone who has had to struggle with weight the way I have to struggle with it, with losing weight, you know what it is. It's extremely difficult. Sometimes you start, you are on, you get there, or you're almost there, and then somehow you give up, and then you go back. But guess what I always tell people? You will still come back. At that moment you gave up and say, I am not doing anymore, I'm not going to do this. You go on, you're doing your thing, you're having your fun, you're eating your food, you're refusing to exercise. You get to a place again, your body tells you, you become tired, and you start all over again. This time from way behind where you had gotten angry or frustrated and you started. Why am I telling you about weight loss? I'm not here to discuss weight loss or anything of that nature. I'm just here to relate it with what nation building is all about. Let me take this morning for example. The moment I came out this morning at 7, a few minutes after 7, the sun was already up. Usually because it's rainy season in Abuja, sometimes the sun begins to come at 9, 10. By then I'm done with my exercise. I'm like, oh God, it's going to be a hot day. I wasn't wearing this at that time. So what did I do? At that moment, I could have decided that I was not going to do this exercise anymore. And then what? I would go back and just say, I beg, after if I don't walk 10 kilometers today, I mean, the world will not end. I walked it yesterday, and by the grace of God, I will do it tomorrow. But I went back inside, I went upstairs, and I picked this, and I wore it. So that was the first thing. Then I started. By the time I started my walk, yes, today was a bit slow. I was feeling not as energetic as I usually would. When I'm walking, sometimes you think almost I'm joking. But today, and I said, well, it's one of those days. One of the things that I've said to myself is the fact that if I'm walking, since I walk every day, there are 2 days that ordinarily, maybe Saturday, Sunday, I should take a break, but I don't. So on those days that I feel lazy, I just walk slower than I usually do. So I say, okay, I'm not walking as fast as I usually would. I'm walking slowly. All of this, I'm relating it to nation building and for us all, to see. Another thing also that I've done for myself to keep myself going, every day working, is to look back to how did I become who I am today? How did I get here? And I look at the fact that humanity started maybe millions of years ago. I don't know, thousands of years ago. I don't know if it's from Adam and Eve. And I said to myself every day, and this is the mindset I've gotten to that has kept me since I started this my walk 10 kilometers every day, walking every day. It's really pushed me to the extent that some days my mind is saying I'm not doing it, but my body gets up and it's getting to go, and it goes and it is done and we do it. And so the way I put it, I said, for me to be where I am today, there are people who fought to stay alive, from running around, running away from lions and elephants, from looking for food to eat, from gathering, from learning what it is to have fire and use fire to cook. There were 2 people who constantly, at every moment, were ready to stay alive, fighting all odds. And I said to myself, if those people had not fought or to stay alive, I wouldn't be where I am today. You understand? So it will be a disrespect to their effort and everything for me not to do everything that I can to keep myself healthy and to keep myself well. And so because of that, I ensure I do my exercise. Even when I'm tired, I just make it simple, do my 10 kilometers a day. How does 10 kilometers a day relate to nation building? Persistence, perseverance, refusing to give up, even amongst all odds. There are days you're tired, there are days I'm tired, there are days you're tired. But I always think about the fact that I've gone back a lot of times before. Guess what? I had to come back again. And so This is what it is when we're talking about the nation. Edo State just did an election. People are illusion, disgruntled, angry, giving up, and some are saying no, they don't want to do anything. In the last 48 hours, I've seen a lot of people who have been saying, oh, if Peter Obi is not going to do something about INEC and this, then he should forget 2027. If the people who are running for election, who want to be president, are not going to do something about INEC, what are they going to do about INEC? So the rest of us are going to sit down doing nothing, expecting that a few people, the ones that are going to run for office as president, are the ones that are going to do something for us. So what will it mean when they get in there? Wouldn't they be the new dictators? We were sitting there, want to sit down and do nothing. That's not acceptable. That's not the way it should be. Every one of us, we must put our hands together. Yes, everything looks bad. It looks as if you can't achieve anything, you can't get anything. It looks as if Tinubu has a hold over everything: judiciary, security, National Assembly, INEC, whatever, however. But Tinubu doesn't have a hold over your hope. He doesn't have a hold over your perseverance. He doesn't have a hold over your persistence. He doesn't have a hold over you, your person, and that's what matters. The people that he has hold over, let him keep hold over them. They are not up to 1% of this country. But the rest of us have to sit up and say we are not giving up in spite of what is happening. Yes, failure will happen. Failure is never falling down. Failure is staying down. We will fail again and again and again, and we will stand up again and again and again. And we will keep going until we get this nation where the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. The greatest weapon of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. That's what Stephen Biko said, and it's so true. All that is needed is for you to say it can never be possible, it can never happen, we can't do anything, and they've won. And I always say something: it is better for them to defeat you, defeat me, than for we to defeat ourselves. Because when you give up, what you do is that you absolutely defeat yourself. You give up of yourself. You forget yourself. You say you don't matter. And then you sit down there, and then they can then go without even doing anything and get away with it. Edo election, votes were bought. But guess what? The reason why they succeeded in buying votes, why they could even think about buying votes, was the fact that a lot of people had given up on themselves, given up on the system, self-defeated themselves, and they stayed at home and they refused to come out. And then they knew the few people that were going to come out are their people, and the people who were coming for transaction, who were coming to sell their votes. If all the other people had come out, had not self-defeated themselves, have not given up, and they all come out, guess what will happen? They wouldn't have had enough money to be able to buy everyone. And some of the people who sold their votes would have seen others refusing to sell, and probably feel somehow, maybe I shouldn't sell my vote. So that's what happens when we self-defeat. And when we come out en mass, they won't have the violence to use. It is when there are few people that those violence and all of that goes on. So my dear people, we have work to do. Yes, we stumble. Yes, we solid. And I said to people, we're already down. We are nowhere. They've oppressed us. Their parents oppressed our parents. Their children, we want their children to now oppress our children again, because they will hand over to their children. They will hand over to their students. They will hand over to those that will continue to oppress us. Is that what you want? Is that how you want it? Is that what you want us to go on? No. We can't do that. We can't afford to have that. And so therefore, what you must do, what I must do, is to sit down and say, no matter what they do, we will not give up. That giving up will never be an option. As I walked today, the sun was so hot. There were many times I felt like, Aisha, give up. Tomorrow is another day. I just said to myself, just for me, just put one foot in front of the other and keep going. When I got to 5 kilometers, I was like, okay. But today was a bit harder than usual. Sometimes I will go, sometimes I will just walk my 10 kilometers without even feeling anything. I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm happy. But today I had to mentally keep telling myself, take that one more step. It's just that one more step. Forget about everything. Forget about the 10K at the end. Just take that one more step. And as I was going, my distance was counting and telling me, you've done this kilometer, you've done this kilometer. And I got there. It's the same thing with nation. We have to just take that one step. We have to just keep going. We cannot afford to give up. And so please, let's calm down. We'll come to the drawing board. We will sit down again. We will strategize and we'll go on. Good must be more tenacious than evil. The people who are doing all sorts of nonsense in our country today did not just go in there and immediately they got it right. They failed, they stood up. They failed, they stood up. They're going to do bad things, but they failed, they stood up. So we that want the betterment of this country, we must also fail and stand up. Fail and stand up. Fail and stand up. Until failure is tired of us and we just say, please just go. And we'll get that nation that we all are waiting for. Brothers and sisters, 4 people tweeting in a row, I'm saying to you, we can bet a new Nigeria. And a new Nigeria is possible. A Nigeria where the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. Thank you.